Hi everyone, it's Max here. So over the past month, I figured out how to make bucket loads of money with little capital to start in your investment. And that's selling used books on Amazon. Full disclosure, I just started selling the last month and I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things in terms of like which category sells best, but I'm going to be sharing you through the entire process of what I did and how I'm sourcing the stuff and everything. So let's get started. So first off, I'm going to assume that you already have an Amazon account and set up and everything for the Seller Central. And you would likely to need like a sourcing software such as Scoutly. That's the one I'm currently using. And I know that there's also Scout IQ and maybe a few other ones, but because I'm located in Canada, I think only Scoutly works here. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you're going to possibly need a barcode scanner because you're going to be going through like hundreds and thousands of used books at once, and it's like finding about 10 to 15 of them that are most profitable and buying those ones in order to resell on Amazon. Now, do you really need a barcode scanner and the Scoutly app? No, not really, because when I started last month, I just walked into a store with my family into a thrift store, and I decided just to scan used books because I was told that it sells really well as well. And then I found like a couple of books. That's when I realized that, oh my gosh, like this could be really profitable. So I didn't use any of these software. I actually got it after going to that thrift store. So I'm going to show you what the apps looks like and then go over the criteria of what I find it to be profitable. So this is what the apps looks like. And then here, if I'm going to the profit trigger for the books, I set this one from 0 to, I don't know if this is probably too bright here, but I'll try to screenshot it and show you guys. But from 0 to 100K, I set target profit as $8 because knowing that the place that I go to, in this case would be Value Village, costs around $6 for purchasing. And then it could go lower, it could go higher, so I adjust the profit trigger based on the cost of the books of each individual stores that I go to, because I do source from different places. And then from 100 to 300K, I set it at $9 for profit trigger. Realize that this is quite high compared to probably other sellers, because if you're getting the books for just like 50 cents to a dollar, then obviously I would lower the profit trigger to only around $4 to $5. But my goal is to aim for at least $3 to $4 profit for each of the books that I sell, because otherwise I have a whole bunch of other categories like toys, tropical beauty, and grocery products that I'm already selling for at that particular profit margin, and I'm not looking for anything below that at this point. Now, in terms of the sales rank, and this is the beauty of using these apps, is because they already show the average sales rank within the app itself. Because I'm located in Canada, I try not to sell anything above 300K in terms of ranking for used books, because if you go above 300K, it's still selling, but it's very, very slow. I saw some books that are like maybe 400K, and it sells only about a book per like couple of months or something like that. So like anything above 500K, I would just entirely skip out. And if you're located in the United States, obviously the market's a lot bigger, and you can probably sell above like even 700 to a million in terms of the sales rank. As for the ROI, because books are very profitable, and I try not to set anything below 50% ROI. That's just what I'm working with. And like I said, I have other categories to sell. I rather sell other replenishable products if it's anything below that. So how I typically do it is very simple, really. So if you're going to the thrift stores where there's a whole bunch of books, I would just pull each one of the books out and just use my barcode scanner. Or if you don't have one, obviously just use your phone camera and just keep beeping each one. And the app would just tell you. So if I were to scan this barcode here, I bought this book knowing it's already profitable, obviously. And my app would just tell me how profitable it is. So in this case, I think it's too bright, but I already set up the trigger so that it color codes as a buy and it's green color, and then there will be like a cash down. So I usually wear like a Bluetooth headset just to hear that cash down as opposed to looking for the phone. And then in this case, it's making $16 profit, and my cost basis was probably around $6. So I'm making about $10 profit. And the sales rank for this one is really good. I actually wanted this book anyway because I have some digestion problems, so I want to read it first before selling it, which was perfect for me. Now that's just demonstration from actual books that I buy, but obviously you're probably wondering at this point, well, how are you gonna make a living selling things like this from buying something at $6 and then selling for $10 profit? Well, some of the books I found, and I'm gonna show you up the screenshot. I even talked to my friend about this. They're like a textbook that sells like a hotcake on Amazon. I bought it for $6 and I sold it for over $100. So my ROI for that book was I can't remember, like $1,200 or something. No, 1,200%. Sorry. Like, it was a crazy amount. And there are other books that I sold for like, I remember I sold it for like $94 and then $78. Like, if I were to start Amazon all over again, because when I started I had very little capital to start, I would have gone to used book right away. Like, I wouldn't even look at other categories, because like, you can start this business for as little as, like, let's say like $50 for instance. It costs $10 to get this app Scoutly, and then the rest of the $40 you can spend on buying used books. And obviously some of the books might take longer to sell, which is okay, but because your ROI is such a crazy amount, you could have flipped these, you know, $40, $50 into $500 within, like, let's say 3 to 4 months, and use those profit to start doing retail arbitrage, doing online, and then once you make more money out of that, switch over to wholesale. So like, I would encourage anyone to just give this a try, because it's crazy. Like, I thought in 2021 no one reads the books anymore, like physical books, but you would think that, like, just because maybe you don't read as much. I personally don't read as much, but other people love physical books and they'll buy it at a crazy amount. And like textbook, you know, like college students need them, and you can sell them for a crazy amount that you would possibly ever imagine. Like, I've never gotten that ROI unless you sell like other collectibles, Legos or something. I've never gotten that ROI in any of the categories I sell on Amazon. The last thing I do want to mention is you have to really shift your mindset. So if you're an Amazon seller already, I always encourage people who does RA or OA to find the products that are sold within like 1 to 3 months, like no more than that, because, you know, certain factors where things could change over time. Maybe there's no more demand for this product, even though you see all the sales history and everything. But for used books, sometimes it gets sold like 1 copy in every 6 months, for instance. But if the profit or the ROI is such a crazy amount, I would just still buy it anyway. And buying those books knowing that it may not sell. Like, all you can really tell is just looking on based on the average sales rank, and then determine, okay, like you can look at another keeper chart when you're home or something, and then you can determine, maybe this one will sell, like, but it may not sell. But because you're finding books that are in such a crazy profit margin, like I mentioned earlier, it would offset the cost of the other books that may not sell. So I always buy based on the fact, thinking that it will sell, but if it doesn't sell, I'll just probably liquidate those books and then just donate it off later, and find more profitable books, and just keep rinse and repeat this whole entire method. That's all the advice I can give for you. And of course, I'm still gonna keep sourcing more and more. Oh, I almost forgot. 3 of the most profitable categories to sell in used books. I forgot to mention that. That's not all. So I would say the very top one is to sell textbook. Textbook is almost guaranteed, like, because unless the edition is, you know, like a professor stopped using that version or something, it will sell really, really well. That's from my observation. The second one is anything self-help related. So it could be physical or mental, psychological help. It could be like how to start a business. I also look at those ones too, like starting your own business, shifting your own mindset, like, you know, looking at how to be an entrepreneur or something like that. And the third one is probably cookbooks related, or even like dietary, like this case, the one I got was the Acid Reflux diet, and the rank is so good that I just purchased it. Like, I didn't even think about it. Yes, so those are all the 3 categories that sells really well. I've heard that there are some other categories like music and history that can sell really at a very, very high profit margin as well. I'm just not familiar with it yet. And like I said, it's still an experiment for me because I just started last month. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and open an Amazon account if you haven't done so, and give this a try, because this is not gated, or like you can be a brand new seller and start selling used book right away. Thanks for watching, guys.